Wait, LBG, I'm going to send you the giveaway sheet. We got to give away one code.
And good evening, everyone. Welcome to the Pro Baseball Experience Season 33 Major League World Series. I'm your host, Legally Blind Gamer. Hope everybody's having a great weekend here so far. We witnessed a great match earlier tonight as we saw the California Firehawks get their 4th World Series in a row. What an amazing record for them. What an amazing record for California and the legacy of some of the GMs there. Just so amazing. But tonight, right now, is about the major leagues. We have the San Antonio Sloths versus the Seattle Sea Serpents, and this is a matchup from season 30 here coming up. The Sloths won the last one, and Seattle's now the defending champions from last season. So great series in store tonight. But before we get started with that, let's go ahead and introduce our co-hosts here. Starting off with our newly promoted head GM of the Cancun Toros, Bauer. How's it going, Bauer?
What's up, man? I took a year off last year's World Series, so I'm back here. I'm excited.
Absolutely.
Same people.
Same
We got
people.
Sloths and Serpents, so just gonna see how this one turns out.
Absolutely. All right. Well, also we have here PB Commissioner, good friend Hummus God. How's it going, Hummus God?
It's going really well. It's been a really fun day, personally, and even though the Hepcats lost, we did a watch along, me and Bunky Bianca. It was cool to witness for Pete. I got to do the first ever live watch along. It's on YouTube. Not to shamelessly plug that, but I just did anyway. And yeah, looking forward to tonight.
Absolutely.
Two great franchises. One much younger than the other, but I think it's like looking like one's trying to be the other. Seattle's been somewhat dynastic recently, and we know the Sloths have been one of the best franchises. 18 straight playoff
Right.
appearances.
18.
Doesn't
That's
get much
crazy.
better than that.
I know.
Yeah, it
That
doesn't
is
get much
insane.
better than that.
Well, before we get further into starting the series here, I want to say, first of all, Toivo33, thank you so much for the follow. Welcome to the Pro Baseball Experience. You joined us on a great night here. We're getting started with the Season 33 Major League World Series. And I understand from Hummus God that there is another raffle that we're going to be doing here. He sent me a link. Let me go ahead and click on that here real quick and open that up.
Yeah, I'm overworking our streamers, not paying anything extra, but expecting more work. You know how we do it in the PB.
So we'll just go through and I'll scroll through here so everybody can see the list of names, see everybody who signed up here, see what order they're in here. And it looks like there's 57 names total in this list. Is that correct? 57?
Yeah. We should have taken off order. That's my mistake, but just if
we'll
you
just
spin
roll
it
again if we get it.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, we're not about to double
All right, so we're going to go ahead.
Double giveaway OTP to the same person. He already got his code, by the way. Shout out to him.
Nice. All right, so we have here 1 to 57 on the random number generator. And Bauer, if you can give us a drum roll.
Drum roll? What?
Again, overworking our streamers.
All right, and 1 through 57, we had one winner here today already, and here is our second winner, and it is number 11. And number 11 is that FD?
B-Fry.
B-Fry. B-Fry. Congratulations,
hey,
B-Fry.
Bankhead.
Nice. So B-Fry getting a copy of Out of the Park Baseball 23. That is so awesome.
I was so close.
You were so close.
No.
All right. Well, we got a great series here to get started with. Let me go ahead and take a look here. I'm not sure I saw anything from the stats team on this series. Let me just do a double take here. I did get pinged. All right, that one is good from Jowosu. Saw that one there, Jowosu. All right, let me go down here and look at the stats area and see if we have anything here new. And here we go, stats team. Last one I saw was from the minors. Checking over here. All right, so it does not look like we have any stats from the team for the World Series, but so what we'll do here is we'll take a look at our matchups for game number 1 here. We are playing Seattle at home. They do have the home field advantage in this series with the better record. Let's take a look now at the batting portion of the series here, and it does look like it's 4-3 in the Sloths advantage with 2 ties. So a slight advantage here in the batting department on the Sloths end, and there's a tie in pitching with both pitchers at 80 overall. So you can't get better than that, having both pitchers maxed out here. So we're going to take one last look in the chat for the playoff server here. Make sure we do not have any last second updates, and I believe we're all set for game number 1. So we'll go ahead and do it this way. I'll do first 3, Bao will do second 3, and Hummus will do last 3, and we'll just rotate through every game all the way through. Does that sound good? Inning each for extra innings.
Yep.
All right.
Sounds
so without further ado, I guess we're all set to go. We good, Hum? Oh, we need to do a prediction first for game number 1.
Yeah, I can do it. I think mods are asleep. That's
okay.
Fine.
All right.
Asleep for the World Series? What are they doing?
Wait, no one chose the outcome for the last prediction? Uh-oh. Firehawks did get the sweep. I was watching, so I can confirm. It was actually kind of sad, but good for them. Congrats to
Badgers.
them. Not trying to be salty.
I can't hear that in your voice at all.
Wow.
I mean, I'm over here recording myself and Bianca wearing a Hepcat shirt. Like,
oh, nice.
Oh,
yeah.
So our commissioner is biased. Wow.
I mean, I just really like Bianca. So.
There you go. Well, that's all the reason he needs then, right? I mean, come on.
Yeah. I'm going to tell her you like her.
Oh, you're going to tell her I like her?
Yeah.
Uh-oh, I'm nervous now.
All right, so it looks
she
like...
just blew me a kiss when I said that, so I think I'm good.
All right, so that one is over. So you said you're going to start a new one here?
Yeah, I got my bad.
All right.
We'll do a pick'em in honor of game 1.
All right, so while we're doing that, let's take a second here, and while that is going, we're going to take a look at the PBE server itself here, and just take a second here and look at some of this info that we have on these teams. We're going to go down here to San Antonio and see how they did versus the Sea Serpents. So they were 2-2 versus the Sea Serpents this season, tied up. Let's go back and look at their last series here and see how that went. Let's see here. No, not on this. Oh, here we go. And so it looks like Seattle here took the last series 2-0.
Wow.
Scores here were 7-4 and 5-2.
Sloths won it, right?
Yeah, Sloths won that last series.
Yeah.
But yeah, so it looks like then Seattle took the first two in the first series in San Antonio, and then San Antonio went to Seattle and then won the two from there. Let's look at the info here. So San Antonio 6.1 runs a game, tops in that, and runs against 3.5. So first there 2. Moving down here, I'm going to imagine it's the same for Seattle. It is Seattle's 6.3 versus 3.2. So looks like San Antonio has the advantage. Actually, no, Seattle has the advantage in both ends just by like 0.3 on both sides. So very close here on both ends on this. Let's go ahead and pull back over here and we're going to take a look at the prediction, see how that is going. And so right now it's almost done. We got about 15 seconds left. Who's going to win game 1? Sloths and Sea Serpents. Get in your predictions. Get in those channel points. Get some winning in. Hopefully you can make some PBE money off that or purchase a custom emote, whatever you'd like to do with it. As Lord Perquad coming in with a Prime subscription. Thank you so much, Lord Perquad. Welcome to the PBE. All right, and it looks like our prediction is over. We're going to take a look at the final result, and it says here for Game 1, Sea Serpents is 79%, Sloths at 21%. Going to take one last look here at the playoff server, make sure we don't have anything new from the GMs. We are all set there. So here we go. Game number 1, San Antonio Sloths, Seattle Sea Serpents. Season 33 Major League World Series, starting out with Trevon Knight as our leadoff batter, and away we go. And we're going to go ahead and pause here and turn off the BNN scoreboard, as that one's going to be hit to the third baseman, and Trevon is out number 1. There we go. All right. Moving on to our second batter here, Anchovy. Anchovy looks like they're going to fly out to left field. That will be out number 2. And now Pork Chop Sandwiches. Pork Chop. And this will be a fly out and a 1-2-3 inning here. And Straight Gas Homie getting them out of that one pretty easily as Seattle comes up to bat now. This one hit down the left field line to the third baseman, goes all the way across, and Santana Cruz is out number 1. That one looked like it hit him. Yes, a bean hitter there, and Campbell's going to take their base. 1 on, 1 out here, and we're going to get a walk from Krapakasov, and that's going to bring up Jose Sloths-Seco. 2 on, 1 out, and they're going for the double steal here, and looks like they're going to get it. Not even contested. 2 runners in scoring position. That one's just hit through the gap in center. That's going to bring home 1. Here comes 2, and the throw is not going to be in time. And Seattle gets on the board early here, puts 2 up, and it is now 2-0. Still just 1 out, as they're going to get the double play there. Look at that, clearing it out, but Seattle does the first damage of the game. We now go to the top of the second, and McDonald is up. Bobby McDonald will take a leadoff walk, and that'll bring up Chris Jimenez. McDonald going to second, and I think he's safe. Yes, he got in there. Runner in scoring position now for Jimenez, who strikes out. And that'll bring up Suadat. 1 on, 1 out for Suadat here. Check swing, and the runner goes to third. And they're safe. Steele going to third, and they get the strikeout on Suadat. And now Eshelman, runner at third, 2 outs. Eshelman strikes out, and that'll retire the side. Straight Gas Homie is able to get out of that one again. And here we go, bottom of the second, Seattle up by 2. This one's hit towards right field, and that one will be caught for out number 1. Cacao is out, and that'll bring up Crocs out. Crocs out, this one going to deep right center field. That one is caught for out number 2. And now Lumpo Sullivan striking out in a 1-2-3 inning here for San Antonio, trying to get back in this, and that'll bring us now to the top of the third. Sneaky Sneck up first, and a strikeout for Sneck. Ezra Oatmeal now with 1 out. And Ezra gets struck out as well. And I believe that is 5 strikeouts now for Homie, yes. And there's number 6. And Homie, 1, 2, 3 inning. And here we go, bottom of the third. Seattle up. This one into center field, and that's going to be a fly out here for Vicarian, and that'll bring us to the top of the order. Santana Cruz again, and this will be an infield fly out to the shortstop, out number 2. And a tapper to the shortstop, and that is a 1, 2, 3 inning. That takes us now to the top of the third. Seattle up by 2, and here is Bauer.
Already leading off for the Sloths is going to be Anchovy trying to get San Antonio in the hit column. Still hitless here in the top half of the fourth. That is going to be a strikeout for out number 1. Pork chop sandwiches is up next. Pitch, and that is going to be an infield fly caught by the first baseman for the second out. McDonald now up, desperately trying to get in the hit column, and that's another strikeout from Straight Gas Homie. I believe that's the 8th one of the game already.
Wow.
So we will head to the bottom half of the fourth now. Kapakasov, that's going to be an infield fly caught by the third baseman for the first out. Jose Sloths up now. Sloths, that's into center field, and that's going to be a sliding catch by the center fielder. That is Knight out there in center field. 2 outs now. Malat is going to hit a pop fly right to the mound, and that'll be a 1, 2, 3 inning there in the bottom half of the fourth. Heading back to the top half of the fifth now. Sloths are still hitless. Chris Met is up now, and that is going to be another strikeout. 9 now in the game for Straight Gas Homie. Sudat up next. Sudat is another strikeout. 10 already here in the top half of the fifth. Straight Gas Homie is starting off this World Series with an insane gem of a game. Eshelman is going to hit one to left field, and that is going to drop down, and the Sloths finally get in the hit column.
Igor
so
52,
Eshelman
thank you
first.
for 11 months of Twitch Prime.
11 months, wow. And that's going to be an infield fly from Sneck. That will strand that runner on first base, and it is still 2-0. We head to the bottom half of the fifth now. Going to be Cacao striking out. Nice pitch there from Todoroki right on the corner. Croc's out now. Croc's out's also, no, he's going to take a walk. So we got a runner on first for O'Sullivan. O'Sullivan is going to hit one to second base. They turn 2 there, so that will take out that runner at first base, add the 2 outs, and we head to the top half of the sixth.
Only 1 hit each.
Out of the
Yeah.
park.
Pitching gems here. We're going to have a leadoff walk here from Ezra Oatmeal. So runner on first with no outs for Trayvon Knight, and that's going to be in left field. That's going to be a diving catch to save a hit. So now we got 1 on, 1 out, and Oatmeal's on the run. It's going to be safe over there on second. So a runner on scoring position for Anchovy. That's to the shortstop. Nice play there for the second out of the inning. That'll bring up number 3 hitter Pork Chop Sandwiches, and Sandwiches is going to strike out with that runner in scoring position. Very pivotal to get that run home.
Go Swallow Glass, thank you so much for 14 months of Twitch Prime.
Let's go. We're getting all the subs tonight. All right, bottom half of the sixth. It's going to be a strikeout from Vicarian. Todoroki still in the game for the Sloths as Santana Cruz comes up. That's going to be a little blooper in the center field caught by the center fielder. Davis Campbell up now, and that's going to be to right field. That will be pretty easily taken in. It is still 2-0. We will head to the top half of the seventh.
And it's your boy coming in hot. McDonald Jr. striking out. Sloths scoreless so far. Only mustered up 1 hit. It's a dropped ball. That was interesting.
Fumble,
to say the least.
bumble.
O'Sullivan couldn't hold on to a simple routine fly, and that may lead to some interesting stuff here. Suadot with a single and a wild pitch. Eshelman up to bat, and the Sloths get on the board with some wackiness here. Classic OTP, gotta love it. Eshelman will strike out. Looks like the pitch was, up and away. Probably should have held up. Sneck. Grounder to second, ground out. But the Sloths get on the board. Errors, wild pitches, we got them all. We'll go to the bottom of the seventh. Sea Serpents haven't scored since the first. Simple grounder to short. That was Krapokrasov. Todoroki still in the game. Another grounder to short. This was Sloths, who's in chat. What's up, Slothface? Mello with the strikeout, and they go down in order. We'll go top of the eighth. They'll bring up their 9 hitter, Ezra Oatmeal. Hello there. Thank you, Cool Judge. Check out chat if you want win probability live. That's Oatmeal with a ground out. Right now, 82.2% Seattle. Knight That's going to drop and hit the right field wall. And it's going to be a standing double for Trevin Knight. Now down to 77.6. A stolen base in there safely. Full count. A shallow fly. Not going to test the arm of Cruz. That was Chovy. Sandwiches with a strikeout. And that will end the top of the 8th. Got a base runner right there close to home, but couldn't score. Bottom of the 8th. That's going to drop for a base hit. It's Cacao. Got a close one here in game 1. Croc's out. Grounder to short. They're going to turn 2. They will. That's that classic Sloths elite defense. O'Sullivan. Strikeout. And, wow. Sloths doing what they can on defense and pitching now. Last chance to tie it up to extend this game. And there you go. The tying run walks to first. Jimenez. Oh, and now the tying run is moving because that was a passed ball. So McDonald Jr. on second base. Is he going to tag up? He will. And he's safe. So a sacrifice fly from Suadot will tie it up, and that's a strikeout. That changes literally everything here for Eshelman's approach. Here we go, 2 outs. Top of the 9th. And, ooh, a sliding grab to win the game. Game 1 goes to Seattle. Ragnarok in to shut the door. And the Sea Serpents jump out on top here in the Season 33 World Series. Game 1, 2-1. What a game. They got out hit, and they had the only error. Sloths just got unlucky in that first inning, and the Sea Serpents held on and held their ground. 2 RBI for Sloths Seiko. Big at-bat for him. And, yeah, not much going on for the Sloths offense. Homie with the win, Todoroki with the loss. Player of the game, straight gas homie. Seattle starter went 7 innings with a scoreless baseball, only 2 hits, but 13 strikeouts. My goodness, a game score of 82. And ties the champions playoff game record for strikeouts with 13.
Wow.
In the World Series against a really good offensive team. Very impressive performance from straight gas homie. And I'll go ahead and pay out the prediction.
And that was only in 7.0 innings pitched, too. That wasn't even a complete game, 13 strike. Oh, my goodness.
Amazing.
What a game.
Right?
Yeah, that was awesome. That ending was pretty wild.
That out. All right, so we're going to go ahead and advance here and take a look at the staminas for the GMs and let them see how they're looking here. Starting off with the Sloths, we'll move in here, and I believe the number 2 pitcher is at full 100%. We'll start over here at Esteban Rodriguez Jr. Was not used. Sam Antonio was not used. Oops. Constantine Kahn was not used. Moving down here to John Camden Jr. at 100%. And finally, M.A. Ryder at 100% as well. So, because of the complete game, they are all completely rested. We're going to move over here and look at now the Sea Serpents and check out their pitchers. Starting off with their number 2, who is at 100%. And Singh now is at 60%. That looks like 60%. Yeah, 60%, slightly tired. Moving down to Beckett. Beckett's at 100%. Arya is at 100%. Ragnarok is at 96%. And finally, Perry Hodder is fully rested. So, really, it looks like here for Seattle that I think it was Singh. Yeah, Singh's really the only one that's tired for you. So now I'm going to move over here to the Discord server, and we'll take a look and see if we have any updates for game number 2. And it looks like Sloths are already saying they are good for game number 2. They are all locked in. All right, so we do have a couple of changes here from the Sea Serpent, so we'll go ahead and take care of that now. And it looks like they want to switch Sing to none, normal, NA. So we'll go ahead and do none, normal, and NA. There we go. And then finally, Arya, stopper, 7th and close and high leverage. Arya, stopper, 7th and close and high leverage. And there you go. C does it. Any other changes I can make for you? Okay, so Sea Serpents have locked in, so we are all set for game number 2. If we want to go ahead and get a prediction going for that one started, and we'll take a look at our matchups here. All right, so with both teams locked in for game number 2, here is our matchups here, and it is still 4-3 with the 2 ties in the batting. But now in the pitching department, Booze Gooser at 80 overall, only 75 overall for Glenn Davies. So a little bit of an advantage here on the pitching end, but the Sloths still with the advantage here in the batting. So I expect another very close, 3-2 or something like that. 4-3, somewhere around in there. Wow, these two teams are pretty decently matched up. This is going to be crazy. Let's go ahead and take a look at the prediction here. Game number 2. Who's going to win game number 2? The Sea Serpents or the Sloths? Sloths right now at 10%. They sure could use your loving here. Let's get some channel points in for Sloths. It could be a great payday for you if they do win this one. But right now it is 90% at the Sea Serpents. Looks like we have about a minute here left, something like that. Get your predictions in. So we're going to go ahead and talk to both of our co-hosts here. Game number 1 is now in the books. Bauer, let's start with you. Thoughts so far and anything on game number 2?
Well, I'm going to say I thought there would have been a lot more offense in game 1. I mean, I get that both of these teams have insanely great pitching staffs, but they also have great lineups. So we'll see how the pitching comes in. I mean, obviously, Booze Gooser is probably the best pitcher in the entire league this year. So it's going to be tough to score against him, but I'm waiting for these offenses to break out.
Right. And Hummus, how did you think the game went so far, and any thoughts on how we're going to go?
Yeah, I could agree with Bauer, although it's early in the series, so I feel like folks are getting up to bat and being pretty conservative, not trying to show too much. But yeah, that performance by Homie was obviously legendary. 13 strikeouts. Yeah, looking forward to just a close series. That's really what I want more than anything, is these two teams to really fight to the end. And we're already getting that, so it's a good sign.
All right, so we're going to go ahead and this time we'll do Bauer first and then Hummus, and I'll finish out for game number 2. And looks like we still have, wow, another minute 15 seconds. All right, so I guess we'll leave that running. You want to go ahead and stop it now, and we'll go ahead and get started, or let it go the full minute?
We could filibuster a bit. I'm updating the series tracker. We've had crawlers being used. We used one earlier. We used one on Thursday. I'm updating the tracker right now. Sloths versus Serpents. Seattle leads 1-0. So the tracker is accurate. I could probably add it to the title so folks can see it.
Let me go ahead and update the one on the stream here as well. Now that I'm thinking about it.
Oh, you have it. You have one, the tracker. Oh, okay.
Yeah, up on the top.
Oh, at the top, I see it. I see it.
All right.
Yeah, I didn't remember. Thursday was really busy for me. I didn't remember to remind the streamers on Thursday to update the tracker, so it's not updated. But I'm gonna keep it going for the Majors World Series right now. So.
All right, well, let's also take a second here while we got the last few seconds of this going on for the prediction. Congratulations again to the Firehawks, 4-time minor league World Series champions, back to back to back to back. I mean, it doesn't get much better than that. What a great job those GMs have done season after season, having a competitive team. I know from experience, a minor league can be a really tough place to excel in. You can get stuck down in the middle somewhere pretty quickly. So, it's pretty amazing that they've been able to pull this off. All right, so it looks like our prediction is done. Sea Serpents right now look like they were at 75-25, and we're going to get started here. Bauer with our first batter up, Trevon Knight. Take it away.
Alrighty, game 2 here in Seattle. Booze Gooser on the mound. Going to try and outdo the performance of Straight Gas Homie last time out. It's going to be tough to beat. Trevon Knight up. That's going to be a ground ball to the shortstop. 1 out already here. And Chovy up now. Chovy struggling a bit in the playoffs. That's a high fly ball into left field. That's back at the wall. Caught right at the wall for the 2nd out. Can't hit it much harder than that. Pork Chop Sandwich is going to hit one into right field, and that's going to be a very loud 1-2-3 inning there in the top half of the first. Moving on to the bottom half, we got Santana Cruz leading it off for the Sea Serpents. That's going to be a leadoff strikeout. Glenn Davies on the mound for the Sloths. Campbell is going to hit one to second base. That'll be the second out of the inning. Krapakosov up now, the catcher. Krapakosov, that's going to be the shortstop, and both teams going hitless here in this first half of the inning. So my prediction of tons of offense off to a bit of a bad start.
Whoops.
Bobby McDonald, that is to center field. That'll be out number 1. Then we got number 5 hitter Chris Jimenez up, and that's going to be an infield fly caught by the second baseman. So 2 outs already here. Sudot is going to take a walk, and that'll bring up number 7 hitter Eshelman. So 1 on for Eshelman, and that's going to be looking at strike 3. And Sloths get a runner on base, but that is about it. Moving on to the bottom half of the second here, Sloths Seiko, that's going to be a hard hit to shortstop, taken in, and that'll be the first out. Adam Malott up now. Malott is going to strike out swinging for the second out. That'll bring up the DH Cacao. Cacao is going to hit one into left center field. That's going to be up in the air just a bit too long, and the left fielder will get to that one. Still neither team breaking into the hit column here as we head to the top half of the third. Sneaky Sneck up now. Sneaky Sneck, that's going to be in the center field. That's going to be a diving catch by the center fielder. That's Santana Cruz out there. Neither team can get a hit, it seems. Ezra Oatmeal is going to ground out to the shortstop. That'll bring up the leadoff hitter yet again, Trevon Knight. And that is finally going to bring our first hit of the game, a bloop single into right field by Trevon Knight. Anchovy's going to follow that up by hitting one into the right center field, and that will be caught by the center fielder. So we finally get a hit. No runners coming across. Sea Serpents are up now, and there's a hit for them as well. Rock out with the Crocs out. It's going to hit a leadoff single in the right field. Lumpo Sullivan's going to see what he can do after that. That's going to be a fly ball to left field for the first out. So still that runner on first and 1 out for Vicarian. Vicarian's going to hit one into right field, and that ball is gone. The Sea Serpents coming big here in the third inning. A 2-run home run by Vicarian. 439 feet to put him up 2-0. There's that offense that I was looking for. Santana Cruz is going to immediately follow that up by striking out. A bit anticlimactic there. That'll bring up number 2 hitter, Campbell. What can Campbell do now? And that's going to be a walk. So Glenn Davies in a bit of trouble here in the bottom half of the third. Krapakosov, as Campbell takes off for second, he's going to be safe. So now you got a runner in scoring position, and Krapakosov is going to strike out. The Sea Serpents have struck here. It is 2-0. We head to the top half of the fourth.
Sloths struggling a bit. Remember, 18 straight playoff appearances. No matter what happens in this World Series, everything they've done has been very respectable. That's going to be a pop out, a ground out. Jimenez. A walk, so tying run at the plate for Suadot. 2 out, 1 on. And a strikeout looking great pitch by Booscoozer right there, low and away, but in the zone. Got to respect that. Bottom 4, here we go. Serpents up 2-0. Walk for Sloths Seiko. And we're almost at 50 viewers. Mellet with Sloths Seiko on first will pop out. Cacao with a walk. Up and away, out of the zone. Glenn Davies struggling to find the strike zone. And a pop out to left for out number 2 from Crocs out. O'Sullivan. And the second pitch. Shallow fly and right center caught for the third and final out. So the Sloths hold on in that half inning, looking to get on the board here. Eshelman hitting .317 in the playoffs. He's in chat with us to flyouts. Sneaky Snack. Slaps one to short, beats the throw using that speed, that sneaky speed, you could say. Ezra with a pop, with a pop out for out number 2. Trevon Knight lines it out directly to the third baseman, and that will end the top of the 5th. They leave 1 on base. We'll go to the bottom of the 5th. Vicarian hitting 154 in the postseason. This is deep, and that's gone. Left fielder couldn't make a play on it. 386 feet, and it's 3-0.
Out
Seattle.
of the park.
Wow. talked about their low average and shut me up real quick. Cruz with a ground ball. What a play. Infield single for Cruz. Campbell right to shortstop. 6-4-3. Easy double play for the Sloths. Nice little momentum grabber there. And a pop out. Shortstop out there in the grass to end the inning. But they give up that solo shot to Vicarian. Chovy now had a great regular season. MVP candidate. Ooh, checked her swing, but held up. That's ball 4. That's way inside. Chovy takes off. In there safely. What can Sandwiches do with that runner in scoring position? They'll fly out. Chovy thought about moving, but will elect to park. And on the move goes Chovy. Oh, safe. So McDonald Jr., that's deep in right field. Chovy's probably going to score, and she will. And the Sloths score their first run of the game here in Game 2. The score is 3-1. Jimenez, Chris Bricks square. This is deep at the warning track in right, but caught for the third and final out of the top of the 6th. Seattle looking to add to their lead. Strikeout from Sloth Seiko. Davies having a pretty good game, all things considered. Remember, Sea Serpents have one of the best offenses in the league. Mellett with a walk. So here comes Cacao. 9 RBI in the playoffs. Checked their swing, but struck out. Wow. Oh, and they picked him off at first. Mellett caught sleeping.
What?
Great heads-up play by Davies. Will go LBG to finish this game.
And here we go. Ciudad is our first batter up here for San Antonio. Needs to get something, and that one's up against the wall on the left side. This is going to be a two-bagger here, double to start us off. Runner in scoring position already in the check swing, and Eshelman is going to get a walk. 2 on now, no outs. And here's that sneaky Sneck again. The sneaky speed, but not enough to get out of that strikeout there. 1 out, 2 on. Strikeout again, but this time for Ezra Oatmeal. Top of the order, Trayvon Knight. 2 on, 2 out. Knight to the shortstop. And makes a play at first. Able to get out of that one. Leaves 2 runners stranded. We now move to the 7th, bottom of the 7th. Stretch time here. Seattle's bottom third of their order. And a play by the shortstop, unable to haul it in there, and that will be counted as an infield single. We do get a pitching change as Esteban Rodriguez Jr. comes in for San Antonio. And they're going to beat out that one and get a single here. 1 on, 1 out. This will be a fly out. And, oh, what a diving play by the center fielder. That is out number 2. Vicarian is out. Top of the order again for Seattle, and Santana Cruz striking out, leaving the runner stranded at first. Top of the 8th we go. San Antonio down by 2. Chovy, Sandwiches, and McDonald Jr. coming up next. And here's Chovy deep towards center field. That is caught at the warning track, out number 1. Pork chop Sandwiches now. Sandwiches, and the second baseman went way out to the grass to make that play, out number 2. Now Bobby McDonald Jr. striking out in a 1-2-3 inning, getting out of that one. And almost down near the end of the tank is Booze Boozer. Let's see if they'll get the complete game here with 1 more inning to go as Seattle tries to get some insurance runs here in the bottom of the 8th. As that one is going to be a base hit for Campbell. That'll bring up Krapakosov. Campbell going to second, and they're going to be safe. Runner in scoring position now for Krapakosov as they hit to the shortstop and make the play, but the runner does advance to third. 1 on, 1 out here, and that is a pass ball. Runner comes home, and that's going to be another run scored for Seattle as it is now 4-1. This one hit to the shortstop, goes across, makes the play, and that is out number 2. Sloseko is out, and that'll bring up Mellett. Mellett strikes out looking. And here we go, last chance for San Antonio. Jimenez, Ciudad, and Eshelman. Jimenez up first. As Boost Booster still in the game, getting the strikeout there. Boost Booster still in. This one's hard hit down the right field line. That is going to be 2 here as they're coming around, and they're going to be in with the standing double for Ciudad. Runner in scoring position now for Eshelman. Eshelman, hard hit, hot ball towards a good gap on the left side. That's going to score 1, and we're going to have another runner at second base with another double, 2 doubles in a row. And the tying run at the plate now for San Antonio. Check swing, strikeout. Oh my goodness. Sneck gets struck out. Ezra Oatmeal, last chance. 1 on, 2 outs. Over the second baseman's head. Runner stays at third. Runners at the corners. Now, top of the order, Trevon Knight. 2 on, 2 out. Trevon Knight back towards deep right field.
Oh my God.
Oh my goodness.
No.
Wow.
No.
And I thought that was a home run, but he caught it at the wall. Oh my goodness, what a play for Seattle, able to haul that one in and win the game here. I thought that one was over the wall, so he jumped up to grab that one. Wow, who was that? Let's see here. That was Vicarian. Vicarian with the amazing play there for Seattle to save the game. Wow, what a dramatic way to finish that one out. I thought San Antonio was going to take the lead there. Let's go ahead and take a look at our batting from this one. We do have 2 hits and a run scored from Suadot and an RBI from Eshelman. Over on the other side for Seattle, 2 hits and a run scored for Croxout and 2 runs, 2 hits, 3 RBIs for Vicarian. Vicarian making the play defensively and probably going to be player of the game here. Let's take a look at the pitching, though. Glenn Davies taking their first loss of the postseason, 3-1 now for them. For Seattle's Booze Gooser, they are now 3-1 with their 3rd win. And Athena Aria getting their first save of the postseason. But Garrus Vicarian with the amazing play defensively and offensively is your player of the game of Game 2. Wow. All right, so Seattle taking the 2-0 lead here. We're going to go ahead and advance a day and take a look at our next settings here for pitching. We're going to go in here and start with pitcher number 3 for both sides, starting off with Seattle. And Danny Sullivan is at 100% rested. Moving now to the relievers. Athena Aria is at 91%. Beckett's at 100%. Ragnarok's at 98%. Perry Hodder is at 100%. And finally, Singh is at, for RP, rested at 87%. We're going to move on now to San Antonio and take a look at theirs. And starting off with their number 3 pitcher, Mike Kudowitz, and they are at 100% rested. Moving over to their relievers, Esteban Rodriguez Jr. is at 87%. Sam Antonio is at 100%. Constantine Kahn is at 100%. John Camden Jr. is at 100%. And finally, M.A. Ryder is at 100% as well. So there we go. There is the pitching stuff for the GMs. I'm going to look in on the Discord now and take a look at their changes for game number 3. And I do have a... Alright, so we do have a couple of changes here. We're going to start off with the Sea Serpents. Coming down here to theirs, and for Sea Desert, we're going to start off with Athena Aria is at none, normal, NA. So we'll go ahead and go over here to the Sea Serpents. And none, normal, NA. And then finally, Singh is stopper, 7th, and high leverage. Singh is stopper, 7th, and high leverage. There you go, C does it. Anything else I can do for you as I check over here on the Sloths? And Sloths say they are good for game number 3 already. And looks like we did get a Dirk Diglett coming in with 1,000-bit cheer. Oh my goodness. Thank you so much, Dirk Diglett. Wow, 1,000 bits. Alright, so Sloths say they're good, and moving back to the Sea Serpents. Just waiting for a confirmation of C does it to make sure we don't have any more changes for them. And we'll go ahead and do a file save here and move on back to the matchups here while we're waiting on that. Here is game number 3, and this time it's going to be Danny Sullivan versus Sivanale Mykudowicz. And taking a look at our matchups. Here we go, and it is 4-3 with the tie again, still in the batting department, but Mykudowicz is at 60 versus 80 overall for Danny Sullivan. So Danny Sullivan does have the advantage here in game number 3. And I think I'm going to have to ping the Sea Serpents here because I haven't heard anything back from C Does It yet. And we'll just see if we have any responses from that. And while that's going, let's go ahead and check and see if we have a prediction. And it looks like C Does It says they are good as well. So we'll take a look and see how the prediction is going. And who will win game number 3? Seattle leads 2-0. Let me go ahead and update my top bar on OBS here. There we go. All right. And we'll take a look now and see how that's going. And right now it looks like Sea Serpents at just barely over the Sloths. This one is much closer than the other ones have been. Sloths now playing at home. We know Park Factors is probably going to be a big change here in game number 3. And it looks like we have about 45 more seconds on that one. So we'll go ahead and go around the table here. Bauer, 2 games in, game number 3 coming up. Seattle with the 2-0 lead. Thoughts?
Again, the pitching, just insane.
Yes.
You would think now that we're on our number 3 starters, I mean, obviously Danny Sullivan's still rated 80 overall,
Right.
but you would think the lower end starters, you'd start to get a bit more offense. So maybe my prediction was just 1 game late. But yeah, I mean, Sea Serpents pitching, it's unbeatable. You can't get past that. It's insane.
Right. I mean, it's just, and the fact that over the season, I think it was what, 3.1 runs against a game. I mean, that's insane. You know, how do you got to come in there and you just got to have the most stacked batting lineup, that any team has ever seen, just to be able to feel like you've got a good chance. So just very dominant performance so far by the Sea Serpents, and it looks like our submissions are closed. So we're going to get started now with game number 3, and it's going to be, I believe this time, I should be last, so it should be...
I'm starting, and then...
so Bauer, and then me, and then... Hummus, and me, then Bauer. So here we go. Hummus is going to start us off with Santana Cruz, our first batter out. Let me just take one more check here of the server, make sure we have no updates there. We are all good. Getting started with game number 3, playing in San Antonio, and off we go.
Baby You a Song, You Make Me Want to Roll My Windows Down, and Santana Cruz.
You're pretty proud of that one, aren't you?
Sharp grounded to third and a ground out for out number 1. Campbell with a strikeout swinging. By the way, over $6 million wagered on that most recent bet.
Wow.
You could say that's someone's salary on the line. There's a ground out to end the top of the first. A lot of money being thrown around tonight. Must be the World Series. We'll go to the bottom of the first. Knight, Chovy, and sandwiches. Knight looks at ball 4 on the full count. Great eye was inside. Chovy. This is going to drop in front of the center fielder. And, what are you doing, Knight? Knight caught in a pickle. The rare pickle in OGP 21. And they get him out at third. What a crazy sequence. Chovy takes off for second. No throw necessary. She's way too fast. Sandwiches strikes out looking on 0-2. Wow. McDonald Jr. is going to line out to second.
I've never seen the pickle.
Yeah, we love a good pickle. I used to play a lot of pickle growing up with the friends. Sloths. No one asked for that information, by the way. Ground out for Sloths for out number 1. Mellet pops it up. Askers in chat. There's a out number 2. Cacao on the 1-1. I said TMI. That they're going to go down 1-2-3. We'll go to Jimenez now. Chris Brick square. It's a ground ball to third. Will ground out Suadat, who's with us in chat. That's Thad. And that's past the shortstop. That's a base hit. That's a single. Eshelman trying to read chat. Coolidge saying $6 million is rookie money. That's a fly out for out number 1 for betting specifically. Sneck. That's a ground to third. 5-4. That's all they needed, and that will end the second. A scoreless game. Again, what Bauer was saying, the pitching and defense has really been the story so far. Top of the third. Croc's out. This gets really high in center field. Caught for out number 1. O'Sullivan grounder. Shortstop moves over. Grabs it, makes the throw for out number 2. McCarrion gets under this. on the first pitch will fly out. So that was quick. They go down in order. We'll go to the bottom of the third. SMH my head. Ezra up the middle. That's a single. Here we go. Knight with a runner on first. 4-6-3 double play. And again, defense is the answer here. And a nice sliding grab in left. That was O'Sullivan. We'll go top of the fourth with LBG.
And Sea Serpents up first. Santana Cruz, our first batter up, top of the lineup. And this is going to be in the gap in center. That will drop for a base hit. Center fielder gets in front of that one to keep it a single. As they're going to go to second. And it looks like they got thrown out. Santana Cruz picked off at second. That is out number one. Line drive to the shortstop. Campbell is out. And now Krapakosov with the tapper. Pitcher throws across and makes a play just barely. And that's a 1-2-3 inning. We now move to the bottom of the fourth. San Antonio's turn. Hard hit ball towards left field. I don't think it has a distance, so they're going back to the wall, and they make the catch right at the wall. Out number one. This one going the other way, and the right fielder makes the catch, and McDonald Jr. is out. And here's Jimenez. Jimenez down the left field line. That one is from the third baseman, goes all the way across, almost from the grass. What an amazing throw. Just in time to make the play. Top of the fifth we go. Sloths up now. Sloths striking out. That'll bring up Millet. Millet to the second baseman, out number two. And now Ryan Cacao. And that one is over the shortstop's head. Cacao on with a base hit. Rocks out with your Crocs out. Rocking out towards deep center field. And that one is caught at the wall. Wow, we've had some great plays towards right near the wall here several times here. This has been great. We now are halfway through the game, still 0-0. Only 5 hits between both teams. And this is a fly out to center field, and Suidat is out. Eshelman now. Eshelman will fly out here to right field. 2 out. And Sneaky Snack. Sneaky Snack will take a walk. Runner at first now for Ezra Oatmeal. Ezra to the third baseman. Throws across, makes the play at first, and that'll retire the side. Top of the sixth we go, still 0-0. Lumpo Sullivan up first, and they'll take a leadoff walk here. And that'll bring up Bakarian, who was the hero of the game last time around. And they'll strike out. Top of the order, Santana Cruz. And they'll go with the 4-6-3 double, excuse me, 6-4-3 double play. That'll retire the side. Wow, bottom of the sixth we go, still 0-0. Just not getting the scoring chances they want here. That is a tapper. That wasn't a bunt. That was just a poorly hit ball in front of the pitcher that ended up being an infield single. And they'll go to second now with the stolen base. And Chovy gets a hit over the second baseman's head, and they're going to come home with a score. And it is now 1-0 with the Sloths taking the lead for the first time this series. This one's down over towards the left side. That is a base hit down the line, and that's going to score another runner. And Pork Chop Sandwiches with the RBI double, and it is now 2-0 Sloths. And that'll drop in front of the right fielder, and this will be, no, the runner stays at third. Runner's at the corners now for Jimenez. Still no outs. The runner goes to second. We now have 2 runners in scoring position with no outs. Infield playing in. The shortstop gets this one, makes the play at first. Still 2 runners on. Shortstop playing in again, makes the play again at first. 2 outs now. Infield playing out, and we'll get a walk here. Juice's base, and here we go. Sneaky Snack, 3 on, 2 out. Snack to the first baseman, runs and makes the play at the bag, and that'll do it as that takes us now to the top of the 7th. Seattle up by 2, and I believe it's Bauer.
It is indeed. We have Campbell leading it off here for the Sea Serpents. Got to get back in this game. That's going to be a lead-off out there to the shortstop. Krapakosov up now. That's going to be the first base. 2 outs already here. Only 2 hits on the game so far for Seattle. Make it 3 as Sloths is going to hit one into right field for a 2-out single. That'll bring up Adam Malat. Malat's going to hit one in the right center gap. That's going to be a double. It might score the run. They do not send the runner, so it'll be runners on second and third for Cacao. Cacao's going to hit one in the left center gap, and that's going to be down. That is going to score 2 runs and tie this game back up in the top half of the 7th. Cacao, 2 RBI single. 2-2 ball game now. Croc's out. That's going to be the first base, and that's going to end that top half of the 7th. But we have a brand new ball game here. 2.5 innings to go. Ezra Oatmeal. Yes, we do have a pitching change. Duke Singh is in the game, and is immediately going to strike out Ezra Oatmeal. So we go back to the top half of the order here for the Sloths, and that's going to be a strikeout for Knight as well. That'll bring up Anchovy. Anchovy was a playoff hero last year, and it's going to be 3 strikeouts for Duke Singh coming in clutch here in the bottom half of the 7th. We will go to the top half of the 8th. Lump O'Sullivan. O'Sullivan's going to hit one to center field. That's going to be caught by the center fielder for the first out. Game 2 hero Vicarian up now. Vicarian is going to strike out, and that'll be the second out. And then we head to the top half of the order for Seattle as well. Santana Cruz. Cruz is going to look at ball 4. So we got a runner on first with 2 outs for Campbell. As Cruz is on the move, and he's going to be safe at second. So now we got a runner in scoring position. Campbell is going to hit a little pop fly in foul territory, pretty easily taken in by the third baseman. We head to the bottom half of the 8th, still 2-2. Pork chop sandwiches leading it off here for the Sloths. That's a high fly ball in the center field. Should be caught back at the warning track, and it is a loud first out here. Bobby McDonald Jr. is going to take ball 4 for a walk. Jimenez up now, and that's going to be a wild pitch. McDonald Jr. on second now. Jimenez with the runner in scoring position. That is a walk, so we got runners on first and second now for number 6 hitter Sudat. Sudat's going to strike out. So 2 outs here now. Pitching change, Ragnarok in the game now for Seattle, and that's going to be a fly ball into right field by Eshelman, and that will strand those 2 runners on first and second. Still 2-2. We head to the 9th inning here. World Series Game 3. Offense has got to wake up here. Kripakosov is going to strike out. Sloth Seiko up now. Sloth Seiko is going to hit one to shortstop, and that's going to be the second out. Malat. What can Malat do now? That's going to be in the right field, and that's going to be a 2-out single here, so possibly some life. Kakao up now, the DH. And we got a pitching change. Khan is in, and that's going to be a line out to the shortstop. We will see what San Antonio can bring us here in the bottom of the 9th. Still a tie game. Number 8 hitter, Sneaky Sneck up. And that's going to be a lead-off walk, not what you want from Seattle. Number 9 hitter, Ezra Oatmeal. And that's going to be to third base, but it was a hit and run. So that runner is on second base now for Knight. Knight strikes out. What? 2 outs here. Runner on second, Anchovy. Chovy, that's the left field. That's going to get down.
No!
And he's going to get thrown out at home plate.
What?
He's going to get thrown out at what a throw from left field. That was a laser beam.
Oh my God.
Top 10 free baseball. Free baseball in the World Series. Croc's out will strike out. This is insane. I was like, okay, I don't think I'm going to be able to work again because of Chovy. That's a strikeout for O'Sullivan. Chovy laid down a beautiful hit, but what a throw from left field.
What just happened?
That was O'Sullivan. Wow. Vicarian, though, with 2 outs, and that's going to drop. So we got some action on the base pass now, and we got a runner on for Cruz. Cruz is going to lay down a base hit on the right side. Oh, what are you doing, Cruz?
What?
You're running to second.
Wow.
Who set them? Aaron Base running all over the place. The Sloths will have a chance to win it here. There would be their first win in this series. That's a ground out for sandwiches. McDonald Jr. This game has been wild. McDonald Jr. will not beat the throw. That was great arm strength from Sloth Seiko. Jimenez will strike out. We'll go to the 11th with LBG. This has been absolutely insane.
Oh my God, my heart. Campbell coming up first here, Davis Campbell. And Campbell will get a strikeout looking here. Out number 1, Kripakosov with 1 out. Kripakosov, hard hit ball towards left field, going back towards the warning track, makes the catch. Out number 2, and now Sloth Seiko. And Jose Sloth Seiko will strike out in a 1-2-3 inning. Here we go, another walk-off chance for the Sloths. Suadat, Eshelman, and Sneck. And Suadat will strike out. Out number 1. Eshelman coming in now. Ragnarok still in the game. And what a diving play by the left fielder. That is out number 2. 2 outs now. And we're going to walk here from Sneck. Looks like I have a delivery at my door. Check that in a second. Ezra Oatmeal up now. And Ezra, deep hit ball, and that is a 2-run blast, and that'll do it as San Antonio wins in a walk-off at the bottom of the 11th inning, 4-2. What an amazing game! What an amazing comeback! Oh my goodness, that was insane! Wow.
God, that game, Ezra, to put a more emphasis on that crazy home run, first homer of the postseason for Oatmeal.
Ever
on these teams?
In this postseason run, the first home run that Ezra hit in this run couldn't have been bigger. Couldn't have been bigger.
Last game it was Vicarian from the 9th spot. This time it's Oatmeal from the 9th spot.
Right? Wow,
insane.
The bottom hitter is doing great in this World Series. All right, let's go ahead and take a look at the box score from this game, game number 3. Wow, 2 hits from Santana Cruz, 2 hits as well from looks like here Mellet. Cacao getting 2 hits and 2 RBIs. Over on the San Antonio side, a run, 3 hits, and an RBI for Anchovy, and 2 hits and 2 RBIs for Ezra Oatmeal. On the pitching end for Seattle, Ragnarok takes the loss, their first of the postseason. San Antonio's Esteban Rodriguez Jr. getting their first blown save, and Constantine Khan getting their second win, 2-0 now. But Savadale Mykotowicz is your player of the game. They went 6.2 innings pitched, 1 earned run, 3 strikeouts, and 93 pitches. So there we go. 3 games are in the books. We're going to go ahead and do a file save here, make sure we get those results locked in. And we're going to move on now to game number 4. And we'll start off here with the Sea Serpents and take a look at their pitching. Starting off with Straight Gas Homie, who is a scheduled number 4 game starter, and they're at 100%. Moving over here to Sing. Sing is at 49% tired. Beckett is at 98% rested. Ragnarok is 22% exhausted. Perry Hodder is at 100%. And finally, Athena Arya is at 96% rested. Moving on now to the Sloths, taking a look at their scheduled Game 4 starter, and they are at 100% rested for Todoroki. Over on the other end here for Esteban Rodriguez Jr. at 44%, San Antonio at 100%, Constantine Khan at 60%, John Camden Jr. at 100%, and finally M.A. Ryder at 100%. So we're going to move back over here and pull up our matchups while we get a prediction going, and I will take a look at our GM chat for game number 4, see if we have any updates, and we do from Seattle. And Seattle is asking to make some changes, so we'll go ahead and cancel out of here and pull up their lineup real quick. And for pitching, they'd like to switch Sing to non-normal NA.
Bet is live.
Non-normal NA for Sing. There we go. And then Athena Arya is stopper, 7th and close, high leverage. Stopper, 7th and close, and high leverage. And then finally, Ragnarok, non-normal NA. So Ragnarok at non-normal and NA. There we go, and we'll just connect those two together. And so there you go. See, does it? Anything? Don't have anything to confirm. It's good. I trust you. All right. Well, thank you. See, does it? It looks like we are all set there for your changes in. We'll move over here to the Sloths. All right. So it looks like Josu has a change here for Seattle. So we'll go ahead and, for the Sloths, we'll go ahead and get that fixed in here real quick. And pulling up, they want to move to the pitching. San Antonio to stopper, 7th and close. San Antonio to stopper. And 7th and close. There you go. And Esteban to middle relief, use less often. Middle relief, use less often. Do you want to remove the high leverage, Josu, or leave that there as well for the secondary? And Josu's typing something out here. Just waiting on a response. Okay, definitely remove. Absolutely.
We had a pickle. We had throwouts on from outfield to home. We had throwouts on doubles hit at second base. like that, and then a walk-off. I mean, if you like live PBE baseball,
that was
I think you enjoyed that game. Yeah.
That was just, I mean, that was like the typical example of, you know, how a game just explodes on you out of nowhere, and, you know, you have these momentous things that happen that, you know, just totally change the game in just a couple of different plays, and that's all it takes. It's just those key, you know, plays that just totally turn things around. Like that pickle was just, I mean, wow. I thought they were going to get it at first, and then when they got picked off on the other side, it was like, oh man, you know, there was no retreat at that point.
Yeah. But that throwout was a couple of those throwouts were crucial. I love when that happens in OTP because they come when you don't expect them usually.
Right.
So thank you, Cool Draw, once again. Love the win probability in chat. I think it adds a really cool layer that we didn't know we needed. Obviously, when you're here, feel free to do it. Feel free to not do it too. Maybe we could figure out. Maybe include you in mod pay if you spend a whole stream doing the win probability. Would love to compensate Cool Draw for that.
All right, so we're just waiting on Juosu to confirm the changes that have been made, and we should be all set. Sea Serpents have locked in for game number 4. Let me go ahead and update our top banner while we're waiting on a response here. Well,
Cool Draw, our ESPN stats and info resident here.
Well, we're going to get at least 5 games now, so that's interesting.
Yeah. Every home team has won so far, and Juosu pointed out earlier, I've been trying to bring that back up in chat, but in Season 30, when these two teams faced each other, every home team won every game.
Fumble Bumble!
All right, so here we go. I'm trying to remember who we had for, I believe it was Hummus at the end there, so that would make it... Was it? No, it wasn't Hummus for game number... Yeah, that's right. So it was me, Bauer, and Hummus for game number 4. All right, so it looks like Sloths are locked in. Sea Serpents are locked in. So we're going to go ahead and let me just, since we did make a couple changes here, let me just go ahead and do a file
Did you do the Fumble Bumble? I'm not watching the stream.
I thought there was one earlier I did when they got the error. Yeah.
So, chat's going crazy with Fumble Bumble. I have no idea why. I'm just watching your screen share and folks talking about Fumble Bumble.
Am I accidentally pushing the Fumble Bumble button? I'm sorry if I did that.
I hope you did. That's hilarious if you did.
Well, here, I'll do it on purpose.
Yeah, it randomly went off.
Fumble Bumble!
All right, so we're all locked in, and here we go. We're going to get started with game number 4, Sea Serpents and Sloths. Same 2 from game number 1. And Straight Gas Homie with the 13 strikeouts in that game. Can they repeat that performance here as we get started with our 4th game of the night? Sea Serpents up 2-1, and we'll get started with Santana Cruz, our first batter up. And Santana Cruz is going to fly out here to left field. That is out number 1. That'll bring up Davis Campbell. Campbell to the shortstop, turns around all the way, throwing from the far side. That was an amazing throw by the shortstop, getting the out. That'll drop in front of the center fielder, and that is a base hit from Kapakasov. Runner at first now for Sloths, and Sloths is going to fly out to right field, leaving that runner stranded. Still 0-0, no runs yet as we move now to the bottom of the first. The Sloths up now. And what a diving play by Vicarian there, getting Trevon Knight with the catch, and that'll be out number 1 as that one's down the left field line, and Anchovy's on with a single. Will Anchovy go for the steal? No. And what another diving play by Vicarian there, and that is out number 2 as Anchovy's going to second, and they're going to be safe. Runner now in scoring position, and that's going to drop, and will Anchovy come home? Yes. And the throw was to the relay, not to home, and Anchovy scores, and it is now 1-0 San Antonio. Jimenez up now as the runner's going to second, and it looks like McDonald Jr. is safe. Runner in scoring position, hard hit ball from Jimenez, and that is a 2-run blast, and San Antonio is on the board now, 3-1. 402
out of the park.
And San Antonio taking the early lead here. Down 2-1, they were needing this offense. Right now is a great time to get it, as that is going to be a strikeout from Suadat. That'll take us now to the top of the second. Mellett up now. Mellett striking out. And that'll bring up Ryan Cacao. And this will be an infield fly out. Look at that second baseman going almost to the home plate to make that catch. Looked like he was ice skating on the grass there, as that is a walk for Crocs out. This will be a fly out to left field for O'Sullivan, and that'll retire the side, leaving Crocs out stranded. Bottom of the second we go, 3-0 San Antonio. Hard hit ball towards deep center field. That is off the wall over the center fielder's head, and that is a double for Eshelman. Leadoff double, and Sneck is up now, and a line drive right to the left fielder, out number 1. Ezra Oatmeal, who was a hero of the game earlier, will strike out here, and that'll be out number 2. Runner still at second for Trevon Knight, top of the order, and this will be a line drive towards center field, out number 3, leaves the runner stranded. Now we move to the top of the third. Seattle still down by 3. Bottom of their lineup here, Vicarian, who was the hero of the game earlier, is going to strike out here, starting us off, and that'll bring up Santana Cruz with 1 out. Santana Cruz will fly out into the infield, out number 2, and now Davis Campbell. And Campbell looks like they're going to fly out as well in a 1-2-3 inning. Bottom of the third we go now. San Antonio up, still up by 3. Anchovy is up now, and Anchovy's going to fly out to deep center field, almost at the warning track, out number 1. This one's a tapper to the shortstop, and Pork Chop Sandwiches is thrown out, and now McDonald Jr. Another play right to the shortstop, and that's a 1-2-3 inning. That'll take us now to the top of the fourth. San Antonio up by 3, and here is Bauer.
All right, Seattle looking to get back in this game. Only 1 hit on the day. Krapakosov is going to start this top half of the fourth with a strikeout. Third baseman Sloths Seiko will be up next. Todoroki having a great game over there. That's going to be a fly ball in the right field. That'll be taken in by the right fielder Anchovy. Adam Malott is up now, and that is going to hit Malott. Charge the mound. Get him out of here. Cacao is up now. Cacao is going to strike out after that, and that will strand that runner on first base. Still only that 1 hit for Seattle. Chris Jimenez up now for the Sloths. It's going to be a strikeout from Straight Gas Homie. Not nearly as many strikeouts as his first start this series. That's going to be a ball hit to center field. That's going to be, I guess he was sliding into second when the ball wasn't even up, but that's going to be a double by Sudat. Eshelman is going to strike out after that. So runner in scoring position for Sneaky Sneck. 2 outs. That's in the right center gap. That's going to drive in that run and make it a 4-0 ball game. And it's going to be a triple. A RBI triple from Sneaky Sneck. So still a runner on third here, Oatmeal. And that's going to drop into left field. That'll bring another run home. It is 5-0, and that's a double. So we still got 2 outs here. Another runner in scoring position for Trevon Knight. Knight's going to hit one up the middle. That's going to get into center field, and they're going to bring the runner home, and it's going to be back-to-back-to-back RBI hits. It is 6-0 here in the bottom half of the fourth. Anchovy up now as Knight takes off second. He's safe. So another runner in scoring position. Anchovy. Chovy is going to strike out. Nice strikeout there from Aaron Beckett, and that is going to finally stop the offense from the Sloths here in the bottom of the fourth.
Wow.
Here's the offense I was looking for. Crocs out is going to start off this top half of the fifth with only the second hit by the Sea Serpents. Sullivan up now is going to strike out. Todoroki doing a good job this game to nullify that Seattle offense. Vicarian up now. That's going to be another strikeout. So back-to-back strikeouts for Todoroki, and make it back-to-back-to-back strikeouts from Todoroki. So we got a leadoff hit and then 3 strikeouts. Bottom half of the fifth we go now with Pork Chop Sandwiches. Sandwiches going to hit one to third base, and that will be a out. Now 1 out for McDonald Jr., and that's in the left field, and that will get down for a single. That is their 9th hit of the game already. As McDonald Jr. takes off for second, he's out at second.
Wow. That
will get rid of that hit pretty much. And that proves to be costly as Jimenez is going to single over in the left field. So 2 outs now. Sudat, that's going to be the shortstop. Nice play there. And that will end any kind of offensive threat there in the bottom half of the fifth. Top half of the sixth now. Campbell, that's the center field. That's going to be a diving catch. Yet again, the defense in this series.
Wow.
Krapakosov up now. That's going to be in the right field, drop right in front of the right fielder for a 1-out single. Jose Sloths Seiko up now. Sloths Seiko, that's to left field, and that will be caught. The runner will not tag or anything of that nature. Adam Malott up now, and that's going to be a weird angled fly out to the first baseman, and that will end that top half of the sixth. We move on to the bottom half of the sixth. 7, 8, and 9 due up for the Sloths. Eshelman is going to start it off with a ground out to the shortstop. Sneaky Sneck. Sneck is going to hit one to center field. That will be caught by the center fielder, and that'll bring up the number 9 hitter, Ezra Oatmeal. Oatmeal, that's in the right center field, and that will be caught by the center fielder. 1, 2, 3 for the Sloths. It is still 6-0 in favor of the Sloths. We go to the top half of the seventh.
Here we go. Cacao, Crocs out, Sullivan. Got to do something here to get back in this game, but that doesn't help. It's a strikeout. Looking, Crocs out. Easy ground ball to short, ground out. And O'Sullivan hitting 156 in the postseason will strike out swinging. Todoroki. Wow. Usually series MVPs don't go to pitchers, but Todoroki's been absolutely crazy in this series. Knight with a ground out for out number 1. Chovy, 1 for 3 on the day. Make that 1 for 4. Sandwiches, hitless, will take a walk off a full count as a fastball out of the zone. Oh, picked off? Nope. Okay, they safe. Decides to run anyway. In there safely. Sandwiches all over the place, but McDonald Jr. strikes out to end the inning. Sea Serpents, the clock is ticking to be able to tie this game. And that helps. There's a single from Vicarian. Cruz will step in. He's 0 for 3. This is deep, but caught in the right field warning track for out number 1. Campbell will strike out for out number 2. 0 for 4. A lot of pitches in that at-bat. Kupakasov, easy ground ball. Second base, they get the out, and the Sea Serpents are getting crushed by the Sloths. We'll go to the bottom of the 8th. Jimenez, that's going to drop in center field. That's a base hit. Make that 3 for 4, a homer and 2 RBI. Suida, 6-4-3 double play. Nice little spark for the Sea Serpents. Eshelman, and that's going to be a catch in left field. That's going to be O'Sullivan, who's having a great series defensively. We'll go top of the 9th. Here we go. Sloths Seiko, grounder, short, ground out. That's out number 1. This is John Camden Jr. Mellett, who's been in for a bit now. That's out number 2. Cacao, strike 3, and that'll do it. The Sloths tie up the series 2-2 with a shutout. Absolutely dominant performance from the entire Sloths team, and they're going to go back to Seattle with a tie series.
Wow.
Again, reiterating the point that when these two teams face in the World Series, only the home teams happen to win. 6-0 is your final. 3 for 4 from Jimenez. What a day. 2 RBI, 2 for 4 for McDonald Jr., and 2 for 4 for Kupakasov, but got 0 help from around them in that order. Look at that. Zeros everywhere.
Wow.
Todoroki with the win. Homie with the loss. Todoroki, of course, has to be your player of the game. 7 scoreless innings against the best offense in the league. Only gave up 3 hits and 1 walk with 9 strikeouts.
Wow.
Yeah, 2-2 is your series.
All right, let's go ahead and do a file save here, and we're going to go check on the pitcher stamina for game number
5. Oh, wait,
5.
game 5 is in San Antonio. I apologize. We're going to stay in San Antonio. So the Sloths with a chance to take the lead in the series. Thank you for letting me know that. Chat, of course.
All right, starting off with our pitching here for San Antonio, Glenn Davies is our scheduled starter for game number 5, and they are at 100%. Looking at San Antonio is at 100%. Constantine Kahn is at 82%. Esteban Rodriguez Jr. is at 67%. John Camden Jr. is at 69%. And finally, M.A. Ryder is at 100%. Moving on now to the Seattle Sea Serpents pitching. Our scheduled Game 5 starter is Booze Gooser, and they are at 69%, slightly tired.
Nice.
Game number 5. Looking over at our relief pitchers, Athena Aria is at 98%. Aaron Beckett is at 2% exhausted. Perry Hodder is at 91%. Ragnarok is at 67%. And finally, Singh is at 67%. So, Seattle's bullpen and their starting pitcher in some trouble here. Let's go ahead and see how they respond. We'll go ahead and first pull up our matchups. Take a look at that real quick while we get the predictions going and check in with our GMs. Still, we have the 4-3 advantage here in the batting for San Antonio. Booze Gooser at the 80 overall does take the advantage with the 75 overall from Glenn Davies. Looking over here at the Discord now, let's see, first of all, with the Sea Serpents. And they do have some changes for Game 5. So we'll go ahead and cancel out of here and go and pull up their pitching. And starting off with Sing Stopper, 7th and close, high leverage. So let's see here. Stopper, 7th and close, and high leverage. Next change is Athena Aria, middle relief, normal, NA. So Aria is middle relief, normal, and then NA. There we go. And our third change is Ragnarok, middle relief, normal, long relief. So Ragnarok is middle relief, normal, and then long relief. There you go, Sea Serpents. And now I'm going to check over here on the Sloths, see what changes they have. Okay, so Juosu says they have some changes. They're still working through it, so we'll check back with them. But there you go, Sea Serpents changes are in. Any other changes? Alright, so it looks like Sea Serpents are good here for our game number 5. And we'll go ahead and update the top banner for OBS while we're waiting on an update from the Sloths on their changes. So now we're at 2-2, game number 5. Wow. So that means now we're going to be up to at least 6 games. So, you know, this just keeps expanding out and out. We'll have to see how this next game goes here. But this is the last home game for San Antonio, so they really need to get all 3 here to be able to have a chance in Seattle. Coming up here to the Sloths, we do have, they're asking about Esteban. We'll go ahead and take a look at their, yes, at 67% slightly tired. That is correct. All right, so they're wanting Esteban back to stopper, but 8th or later. Esteban to stopper, but 8th or later. There we go. And then the other change was Sam to middle relief, use more often. Sam to middle relief, use more often. There you go, Juosu. Any other changes I can do for you? So Sea Serpents are locked in. We're just waiting on last word here from San Antonio. And let's go around the table again here. Game number 5, 4 games in the books, tied 2-2 back in Seattle. What are your thoughts, Bauer?
Well, we're gonna have Booze Gooser back on the mound for
it's staying
Seattle,
in San
aren't we?
Antonio, by the way. Just want to cut you off, Bauer. It's 2-3-2. So I messed up earlier by saying it's going back to Seattle. It's staying in San Antonio one more game. This will be the last game in San Antonio.
That was very disrespectful. That is your commission, everyone. Just cutting me off like that. But Booze Gooser is on the mound for game number 5. Yes.
Yes, game number 5. Actually, no. Well, Glenn Davies, and then let me switch over here and check. I believe it is Gooser, though. Let's see here. Yes, it is. It is Gooser for game number 5.
All right. Well, Sea Serpents are winning then.
Okay. Even at 69% stamina, you think, huh?
Well, it's the best pitcher in the league, man.
2/3 of their tank is like a full tank for somebody else,
Yeah.
right? All right. Well, looks like the Sloths are locked in. So we're all set on that end. Let me go ahead and take a look at the prediction here, see how that went. Still a little bit of time left. Hummus, game number 5, 4 games in. What are your thoughts?
See, we purposely make the predictions long so you can ask my opinion on what's going on. But
No, it doesn't matter.
and that's it. No. It was interesting to see the Sloths erupt on offense. I wonder if they can continue that because they kind of struggled, right? They had to win off chaos, dramatic walk-off to get their first win.
Yep.
And their second win, they actually came alive. Classic Sloths offense rolling. So I'm going to keep an eye on their offense. Obviously, Boost Gooser is going to have other plans for them, as Bauer mentioned. Probably the best pitcher in the PBE. So, you know, those 2 storylines of Boost Gooser plus a hot Sloths offense should be really fun to watch.
Absolutely. All right, so we have 35 seconds now to get in your predictions for game number 5. Total strikeouts, of 16.5. 17 strikeouts or less than 17 strikeouts. Get your channel points in, get your predictions in. 20 seconds left. Just a reminder to make sure to get your point tasks in. Tonight's the night to do it, to make sure you help out your teams. And it is the off season, so not as much emphasis, but always good to be in a good habit to make sure you always get your point tasks in before the updaters on Sundays. We do have the drafts coming up next week, so we do have a whole new season. Season 34 is in store, lots of stuff coming up, but it looks like our predictions are finished and we are locked in now. Over at 16.5, under at 44%, 56% for over. So we're going to go ahead and get started here with game number 5. Let's just do a file save here again, make sure we got everything done. There we go, and I believe it was, let's see here, let me think. I think it was me at the end of game 5, so that would make it Hummus first. So it'll be Hummus, actually, no,
I was middle last one, so I think I start this one.
Okay, so we'll do Bauer, Hummus, and then me to go for game number 5. Here we go. Starting off with Santana Cruz, our first batter up. Last game in San Antonio.
Last game in San Antonio indeed. Glenn Davies will take the mound for the Sloths, looking to edge this series out with a 3-2 lead going back to Seattle. That's going to be a leadoff fly ball out by Santana Cruz, and that's going to be into center field. That's going to bounce up against the wall for Campbell, and that's going to be a 1-out double. So runner on scoring position here for Krapakosov. That's going to be a strikeout, so 2 outs here. Sloths up now. Sloths, that's the first base, and the first baseman is going to take that himself. And that's going to strand that runner on second. So 1 hit, no runs. We head to the bottom half of this inning. Trayvon Knight got that nice submarine action going on, as that's going to be a leadoff single from Trayvon Knight. And Chovy up now. Chovy, that's into right field. That's right up against the line. It's going to be a double. Are they going to send the runner home? They do. And it's going to already be a 1-0 lead here for San Antonio. Boost Goozer, what happened, my man? Pork chop sandwiches, and that's going to be a stolen base with no throw. So runner on third, still no outs. Pork chop sandwiches, that's to right field. That's shallow, so they will not test the arm. So 1 out now. Bobby McDonald Jr., that's going to be a strikeout. Boost Goozer coming back here, 2 outs. And Jimenez is going to strike out. So that inning could have been a lot worse, but the Sloths do have a 1-0 lead early. Heading back to the top half of the second here, we got Malott striking out. Glenn Davies got to try to hold down that Seattle offense. Ryan Cacao. Cacao is going to take a walk. So a runner on first, 1 out for Rock Out with the Crocs out. That's going to be a strikeout from Crocs out. 2 outs now for O'Sullivan, number 8 hitter. O'Sullivan, that's going to be to second base, and it goes right through his legs. Runner's going to go all the way to third, so we have runners on the corners. Number 9 hitter Vicarian, that's to second base, and he makes up for it at second base by getting that out at first. That will strand both of those runners, and it's still 1-0 for the Sloths. We head to the bottom half of the second. Sudot is going to hit a lazy little fly ball to the pitcher. That'll be the first out. Brian Eshelman up now. Eshelman, that's right in between the third baseman and shortstop, and that'll be a 1-out single. I'll bring up Sneaky Sneck. Sneck is going to strike out, so 2 outs here in the bottom half of the second for the Sloths, and Oatmeal's up now. Oatmeal is going to strike out, and Gooser is looking a lot better here now. Heading to the top half of the third, we're back at the leadoff spot for the Serpents. That's going to be a ground ball to the shortstop and 1 out. Davis Campbell up now. Campbell's going to hit one to third base, and that'll be the 2nd out. So Krapakosov, the catcher, up now. Krapakosov, that's into center field. Little blooper, but caught by the center fielder, and it is a 1-2-3 inning. Bottom half of the third here, still 1-0 in favor of the Sloths. Trayvon Knight, the leadoff hitter, that's the third base. He's going to do a little moonwalk, and that's going to be the first out of the inning. And Chovy. Chovy's going to hit one to right center, and that's going to drop right in front of the center fielder for a 1-out single. Pork chop sandwiches, cold hitter trying to break out of that, and Chovy takes off for second and is safe. Sandwiches up and gets beamed. Again, charge the mound. Come on. It's the World Series. Get your money's worth. Bobby McDonald Jr. up now, and that's going to be a double steal. Both of them are safe. So runners on second and third, one out, and that's to center field. That's going to drop down. It could bring home two. No, they leave the runner at third, so it is a 2-0 lead here. RBI single from Bobby McDonald Jr. Jimenez up now, and that's a pitch out, and McDonald Jr. is thrown out at second base, so 2 outs now, and Jimenez to center field, and that will strand that runner on third base. Yet again, Gooser getting out of a tough situation, but 2-0 Sloths, top of the fourth.
Serpents offense is struggling, to say the least. That's a strikeout looking for Sloths Seiko. Here comes Mellett. That's a strikeout looking as well. Out number 2. Got to do something to get on the board. And that's not going to drop because that was Trevin Knight sliding out for the grab to get out number 3. And the Sloths will bring up Suadat, hitting .218 in the postseason. Will walk on a full count. Great eye there is low and away, it looks like, from the tracker. Eshelman past the second baseman. Ooh, Suadat thought about moving, but great throw from center. Sneck grounder to second. 4-6. Oh, but 6 couldn't hang on to it. Rare error by Campbell, and that's going to be a wild pitch. And the Sloths will take a 3-0 lead with no outs recorded here in the fourth. And a shallow fly to left. Runner coming home. Runner safe. And wow. And the Sloths have taken control of this game. Again, riding that hot bat from last game. And there it is, 5th run of the game. Sloths jump out to a 5-0 lead. That was Trevin Knight. So Oatmeal with the sac fly, Knight with the RBI single, and Knight will take off. In there safely, Chovy with a runner in scoring position will put it past the first baseman. Knight will run home, slides head first safely, and the Sloths take a 6-0 lead. Wow. And Chovy takes off. They tried the pitch out, but the throw from behind home plate was not good enough. And here goes Sandwiches with an RBI. A blowout on our hands, folks. Who would have thought? Goose are getting dinged up. 6th earned run so far. Whoa. What the heck was that? Ground rule double, I'm assuming. Nope, a triple on our hands. A sliding triple from McDonald Jr. Sandwiches will run home. The Sloths have broken the sim, folks. We can go home now. Still waiting on the right fielder to get the ball from the stands.
Where's it going?
And now the second baseman running through the wall. They finally make the throw. This will definitely be clipped. Shout out to those who watching the clip. I hope you enjoyed the call. That's a strikeout from Jimenez for out number 2. Suadat with a walk.
That's great.
Eshelman strikes out looking, and that will end the bottom of the fourth, which was probably the wackiest half inning of the series, given OTP giving us a crazy animation. Croc's out with a ground out. O'Sullivan hits a grounder. Pitcher picks it up, makes the throw, gets the out. Vicarian hitting 184 will pop out for out number 3, and this has been all Sloths. Wow. 8-0. I mentioned it will be interesting to see how they carry the offensive prowess from last game. Well, looks like they're doing it. Sneck with a strikeout looking. Oatmeal strikes out looking as well. Knight with a strikeout swinging, and a quick inning for Ragnarok, who's trying his best to get the team rallied around him. And there's a base hit from Cruz here in the top of the 6th. Will there be some action? Campbell. And that's a great grab in left. That was McDonald Jr. stretching out head first. Rapakasov will pop it up. Third base makes the grab. Let's go, let's go. And that's a stolen base, and they're safe. Seiko. Deep, but caught in center field. It's a line out, and the Sea Serpents still scoreless after they've batted 6 times. Bottom of the 6th. Here we go. Chovy. That's a ground out. Ragnarok Been clean so far, 2 full innings. A strikeout looking from Sandwiches. Looks like that was out of the zone, though. Interesting call by the ump. And Mellett with a ground out. Nice throw from third. Will go top of the 7th. And this game's been all Sloths, a blowout.
3-hit shutout. They need to get something going. Mellett's up first here, and that's going to be hit to the second baseman, out number 1. Cacao up now. Cacao to the third baseman, and he's going to beat out any sort of play. That is an infield single with 1 out. Proc's out now. Hard hit ball towards left field. Near the warning track, makes the catch. Runner stays at first. 2 outs now. Runner first for Lumpo Sullivan. O'Sullivan to the third baseman, makes the play at second, gets the out, retires the side, stretch time. Here we go, Seattle up by 8. Let's see what kind of insurance runs they can get here as Jimenez is up first. Jimenez towards right center field. Center fielder going back near the warning track, makes the catch, out number 1. Suadot now. Suadot, hard hit ball towards right field. That one is caught though, out number 2, and now Eshelman. Eshelman to the shortstop, and a 1-2-3 inning. And Seattle gets out of that one as Perry Hodder came in relief. And we are now moving to the 8th inning. And here we go. Seattle trying to get something going as that is an out for Bakarian. Out number 1, top of the order. Santana Cruz, and Cruz will get out from the third base, and out number 2. Davis Campbell now. Right to the first baseman. Runs over, makes the play. 1-2-3 inning. 3 more outs remaining for Seattle. Another insurance run inning here for the Sloths as we'll get a leadoff strikeout from Sneaky Snack. As for Oatmeal, will strike out as well, and that is now 2 strikeouts for Perry Hodder. This one hit to the third baseman, throws across there, makes the play, and Trevon Knight is out. And here we go, last chance for Seattle. Krapakosov, Sloths, and Mellett. Krapakosov is up first. Pitcher comes set, and that one is hit down the left field line. That is going to be, oh, they're going for 2 here. Look at this. Krapakosov getting dangerous here, going in for the double. Runner in scoring position now for Sloths. This is the kind of start they needed, but this one's going to be a fly out to center field. Runner stays at second. And now Adam Mellett. Mellett to the second baseman, and runner advances to third. Runner at third now with 2 outs for Ryan Cacao. Cacao through the gap on the left side, and that'll bring a runner home. And there goes the shutout. It is now 8-1 Seattle. Croc's out, coming up, and Croc's out. Hard hit ball towards right field, but this one does not have the distance. And they make the play, and that'll retire the side. And Seattle holds on to win here. Excuse me, not Seattle. San Antonio holds on to win, and now ahead 3-2. Wow. Seattle's back is against the wall now. They have to win both games at home in order to take this to 7 and get the title and go back-to-back. But let's go ahead and take a look here at our batting for Seattle in this game here. 2 hits and an RBI from Ryan Cacao. Over on the San Antonio side, 2 runs, 2 hits, and an RBI for Trevon Knight. 2 runs, 3 hits, 2 RBIs for Anchovy. 2 hits, 2 RBIs for Bobby McDonald Jr. And a run and 2 hits for Eshelman. On the pitching end for Seattle, Booze Gooser takes their 2nd loss of the postseason. 3-2 now for them. San Antonio's Glenn Davies gets the win. 4 wins now on the postseason. They went 8.0 innings pitched, 4 hits, no earned runs, 5 strikeouts, 113 pitches, and is your player of the game. So there we go. 5 games in. We'll do a save game here, and we'll move on to game number 6 and take a look at the stamina for both teams. And since the Sea Serpents are up here first, we'll go ahead and start with them. Their game 6 starter is Danny Sullivan, and Danny Sullivan is at 100% rested. Moving on to Singh now. Singh is at 96% rested. Beckett is at 64% rested. Athena Arya is at 100% rested. Ragnarok is at 31% rested, and Perry Hodder is at 74% rested. Moving on now to the Sloths. The Game 6 scheduled starter is Makudowicz, and Makudowicz is 100% rested. Esteban Rodriguez Jr. is 93% rested. Sam Antonio is 100% rested. Constantine Khan is at 96% rested. M.A. Ryder is at 93% rested. And finally, John Camden Jr. is at 89% rested. So there we go. There is our pitching update for game number 6. We're going to come back over here and pull up the matchups. take a look at this real quick. While the prediction looks like it has already been started, and the same deal as before with the batting. But again, my Kudowitz here, unable to have the advantage that they're only at 60 overall versus Danny Sullivan's 80 overall. So, you know, two pitchers at 80 overall, another one at 75. It's very, very difficult top 3 starting pitchers. But we're going to go ahead and take a look now from the GMs and see how they have any updates. All right, so they want Sloths want Esteban to 7th or later, Ryder to none specified. So we'll go ahead and switch that real quick. So Esteban to 7th or later. Imagine they went 7th to close, and then Ryder to none specified. And there you go, Josu. I'm going to check now over here with the Sea Serpents. Josu, just let me know if that's okay, if there's anything else I can do for you. As we check now for game number 6, and Seattle letting it ride for game number 6, not making any changes at all to their lineup. They are locked in. And oh boy, now we just wait on the Sloths. All right, so Josu says they are all good as well. So we have both teams locked in now for game number 6. Let's go ahead and take a look at our predictions. And oh my goodness, almost 3 minutes left on the prediction. So let's go around the table again. You know, Seattle has to win here. They have to win not just this game, but they have to win the next game. But they're at home. You know, the chances are good. Bauer, what are your thoughts on these last 2 games coming up possibly?
Obviously, Seattle is in their park with their all-lefty lineup in their all-lefty ballpark. So, I mean, favor is definitely in their hand. I mean, we saw the last 3 games in San Antonio, and they're in their all-righty park with their all-righty hitters, pretty much. And yeah, it's every home team's won. So yes, Seattle does have their backs against the wall, but I mean, 2 games at home with a park that is completely in your favor, and the better pitching staff. I don't know, man. I don't think there's so much against the wall. I think San Antonio is going to have to surprise them.
Well, you know, the game number 1 was 2-1 playing in Seattle, so you know, that was probably the closest that the Sloths got to actually beating them at home.
Yeah.
You know, so they've got to do something like that again. They've got to get really close and then just get something like in the 8th or 9th inning, you know, blow it wide open and see what happens from there. We do have 1 minute 30 seconds left on our prediction for game number 6. Let's see here, and it is what did that say here? Does the series get tied up? And yes for Seattle wins, and no for Sloths win. Yes for Seattle wins is at 61 compared to yes for Sloths wins at 39. And as we have 1 minute left, let's go ahead and move on over to here to Hummus. Hummus, game number 6, another exciting series. The Sloths, the Sea Serpents. I mean, you kind of expected this to happen, but it's just playing out just you know, just amazingly well. What do you think as we move on to game 6?
From a prediction standpoint, I'm with Bauer, like Seattle back at home. But you have to take into account Sloth's offense has been decimating the Seattle pitching staff and their defense. They look deflated out there. 2 blowout losses back-to-back to give away the series lead. So, I mean, now they're back home, so I put all my channel points on Seattle. I've actually been doing well tonight. Went from like 5K to over 10K now. So looking to do something with that. But Sloths can definitely win this purely off the fact that their offense is booming right now. Business is booming.
Well, you know, what has it been? In fact, let's take just a second here and take a look at that. We're going to go over here and pull up their schedule here and look at these last 3 games. First one was 4-2, second one was 6-0, and the last one was 8-1. So what is that? 14-4. So 18 runs in 3 games. That's 6 runs a game. That is just, you know, phenomenal, because when you look over here at Seattle's end, on their first 2 games, they only got 6 runs. For those 2 games, and then, so that would only equaled out to 3 runs per game. So that's basically what the difference is here. Seattle has to get above that 3 runs a game. They have to have something, a breakout like 5 or 6 runs, in order to make sure that they can get that advantage. But it does look like our predictions are over here, and they are closed. And right now we have 60% for Seattle saying yes, they will tie it up, 40% for the Sloths. And we're going to get started here, and I believe since Bauer was the end of game number 3, they'll be the end of number 6. That means Hummus will start us off here for game number 6. And, oops, wrong one. And we'll go ahead and do one last file save and get started. And Trevon Knight is going to be our first batter up for San Antonio. And take it away, Hummus.
Here we go. Trevon Knight. On the 0-1 from Sullivan. Will ground out for out number 1, Chovy. With nobody on, 1 out. Grounder. Ground out. So Sullivan, 2 up, 2 down. That's a walk for Sandwiches. We'll bring up Bobby McDonald Jr. Sandwiches takes off too fast. That throw had no chance. So that's a stolen base. McDonald Jr. may bring this runner home, and they will. No throw attempted from the relay. It's 1-0 Sloths. Remember, Sloths win, and they are champions of the PBE. Jimenez, that's up the middle. That's a base hit. And runner moving to third. Suidad with 2 on, 2 out on the corners, but that's going to be a ground out. Sloths, though, draw first blood in game 6. Seattle will bring up Cruz. Let's see if their offense can get back in cruise control. They've been struggling these last 3 games. Fly ball, fly out in right field. Campbell. This is deep in left field for Davis Campbell, the shortstop. Puts it over the left field wall, opposite field. Ties it up by himself. 369 feet. And off the full an 86-mile-an-hour fastball went into the left field stands. There's going to be a ground out from Krapakosov. 2 out, full count. Sloths, this one's deep. Left fielder jogging out to the warning track, makes the grab. And Davis Campbell tied it up. We'll go to the top of the 2nd with Brian Eshelman, who's been with us all night. That's a strikeout looking. Sneck with a 182 average in the postseason. Grounded to short, ground out. Oatmeal, 2 out, nobody on. This is a fly ball in left, caught for the out. We'll go to the bottom of the 2nd. Mellett, Cacao, and Crocs out. Seattle's got a little momentum. Most recent team to score. That's a ground out from Mellett. Cacao. That's a grounder. Ground out to 2nd. Crocs out. A little dribbler and a ground out. They go down 1-2-3. We'll go top of the 3rd. Great inning from Savanale, DG, who's Mr. Awards. Shout out to you, DG. This is in the gap in right center. Trevon Knight, will he go for 3? No, he won't. He'll slide in for the double. So Chovy will approach the batter's box with a runner in scoring position. And the first baseman catches out number 1 out in the right field grass. Sandwiches with a ground out for out number 2. McDonald Jr. This is a grounder to short and a ground out, and that will end the top of the 3rd. Seattle. 1 hit so far. That was the Davis Campbell solo shot. O'Sullivan will walk. Pitch way inside. Vicarian slaps 1 to 3rd. No throw was made. So 2 on, nobody out for Santana Cruz. Grounder to 3rd. 5-4-3 double play.
Nice.
Beautiful defense from San Antonio. Campbell. Oh, and the 3rd baseman couldn't handle it. They call it an error. So Seattle will score an unearned run. It's 2-1. Campbell on the move. In there. Safely. Krapakosov gets under this one, and that will be... Oh, dropped! Whoa. The run will score because it was 2 outs. The runner was moving.
Bumble.
It's 3-1. A couple costly errors from the Sloths here in the Aquadome, and we'll go to the top of the 4th. Seattle leads 3-1.
Oh my goodness. Well, what a turn of events here as Jimenez is our first batter up for the Sloths as they'll get a leadoff walk. Oh no, it hit him. It hit him, a hit batter. And that one's hit to the 3rd baseman. We'll get the 5, the 4, and the 3. Double play from Seattle. As this one is hit towards center field and Eshelman is out, and that'll retire the side. Seattle coming up to bat, up by 2. This is a flyout here towards left center field for Mellett, out number 1. Ryan Cacao up now. Cacao and the shortstop going out way into the grass to make that catch, and that is out number 2. And over the shortstop's head was that hit, just barely, and Croxout gets on base with a single with 2 outs. And this looks like it's going to be a flyout here towards deep center field, and O'Sullivan is out, and that will retire the side, leaving that runner stranded. Top of the 5th we go now. Sloths up. Sneaky Snack is our first batter, and what a sliding catch by the right fielder to make that play, out number 1. Ezra Oatmeal striking out for our second out. Top of the order, Trevon Knight again. Knight, and this will be a flat to center field, and a 1-2-3 inning again. Halfway through this game, Seattle is up by 2. Vicarian, who was the hero of the game, I believe, in game 3, and they'll get the strikeout here. Santana, excuse me, game number 2, that's right, game number 2. And that one will drop for a base hit, and runners on first here. They're going to second for the steal, and they're going to make it. No, they got picked out. Picked off. Cruz got picked off at second, and then they get to play at first, and just like that, Seattle goes from 1 out and a runner at first to 3 outs and out of the inning. Top of the 6th we go now. Anchovy's up, and Anchovy's going to fly out to center field, out number 1. Pork chop sandwiches, and a tapper in front of the catcher. Catcher runs out, makes a play, out number 2, and now Bobby McDonald Jr. Hard hit ball from Bobby McDonald Jr. going back to the warning track and makes the catch. And a 1-2-3 inning, and here we go. Bottom of the 6th now. Seattle up by 2. Can they get some more insurance as this one's hit to the first baseman? Out number 1 for Kapakasov. Cold hitter Sloths now will get thrown out for the second out, and now Mellett. And Mellett strikes out looking, and just like that, we're going to go now to the top of the 7th. Seattle up by 2, and here's Bauer.
All right, Seattle trying to hold on to this lead and send it to a pivotal Game 7. Jimenez is up for the Sloths, and he's going to lead it off with a single into right field. Sloths have to get something going soon. That's a fly ball to center field by Sudat. That'll be the first out of the inning. Brian Eshelman up now, number 7 hitter. Eshelman, that's the shortstop, second to first, and they turn it.
Wow.
So that lead-off hit turns into nothing. Insane defense on the Seattle side. We'll go to the bottom half of the 7th. Cacao is going to lead it off with a walk. What can Croxout do? Looking for more insurance. 2 runs might not be enough to win this game. Croxout is going to strike out. Lump O'Sullivan. O'Sullivan is going to take a walk as well. So 2 on, 1 out. Number 9 hitter Vicarian. That's in the right field. That's going to be taken in by the first baseman for the second out. Santana Cruz, the leadoff hitter up now. That's the left field. That's going to drop in front of the left fielder. Runner's coming home. And it is an RBI single from Santana Cruz to make it a 4-1 ball game. Still 2 outs here. That's down to the third base. They throw to second for some reason, and that will strand those 2 runners on base, but there is an extra run across the board for Seattle. 4-1 now. 6 outs to play with on the Sloth side. Snack is going to lead off this top half of the 8th with a single right over the shortstop's head. Ezra Oatmeal up now. Oatmeal, that's right up the middle, and that's going to be another hit. Runner going all the way over to third. Runners on the corners. No out. Sloths with some life here. That's a wild pitch. They looked like they were going to throw out, and the catcher didn't know what he was doing. And that's going to bring a run home. So it's 2-4 now. Still no outs. Now there's an out finally. O'Sullivan strikes out Knight. So runner on second. 1 out for Anchovy. That's an infield fly to make it 2 outs. Could get out of this, only giving up that 1 run. Pork chop sandwiches looks at strike 3. And that will end that top half of the 8th. Only 1 run coming across. Here we go with Seattle, bottom half of the 8th, trying to add on anything that they can. Krapakasov going to strike out. Sloths, that's to left field, and that's going to be a... Whoa, I can't believe he caught that. That looked like it was a little sliding catch. Malat is going to ground out to the second baseman, and that will be 1, 2, 3. Final 3 outs to play with here for San Antonio. Cleanup hitter Bobby McDonald Jr. going to lead it off here in the top half of the 9th. A Duke Singh in the game for Seattle. It's a lead-off walk, so no outs. Chris Jimenez up, and that's going to be an infield hit. No, well, I thought he was safe at second. Apparently, they got the out at second. It's a fielder's choice. Sudat looks at ball 4, check swing, Runners on first and second. Eshelman, 1 out. Strike 3 called. Looking at strike 3. Sneaky Sneck, the final chance here. Checks his swing. That is ball 4.
Uses base.
Ezra.
Number 9 hitter, Ezra Oatmeal up to bat.
Ezra!
That's in the left field. It's down. That's going to bring in 2. Could it bring in 3?
Oh my
They're
God!
sending him home. And the Sloths take the lead. Top of the 9th. Number 9 hitter, Ezra Oatmeal. 3 RBI double. Oh my goodness. And then Knight into right field. That's going to bring another run home.
Oh
The
my
Sloths
God.
are up 6-4.
Where's
4
Coulter?
runs
Oh my
have
God.
scored. 4 runs have scored here in the top half of the 9th, and Chobe looking to keep it going. And that's going to be strike 3 called. But
I keep taking off my headset. This is crazy.
yes, I'm freaking
I'm
out
about to run
over
around
here.
the room.
6-4 lead all of a sudden for San Antonio, and Seattle down at home. Cacao to shortstop. That is the first out. 2 outs left. Croc's out. Croc's out is going to strike out. 1 out remaining. It's going to be the number 8 hitter, Lumpo Sullivan up. Final chance for Seattle. What can he do? That's going to be a ground ball to the catcher. Out at first, and San Antonio win the season 33 World Series in outstanding fashion. Oh my goodness. Top of the 9th, 4 runs coming across.
Holy crap.
You cannot draw it up any crazier than that. I'm shaking right now. That's... What a game! Look at that graph!
I know, right?
Oh my God.
Wow. It's like a reverse.
Ooh.
Catch our breath on that one.
I don't think I've ever been that excited watching a PvE stream. That's I'm not even on either of these teams. Okay, I guess we'll go through the box score a bit here. Not too much hitting for either team, really. Knight having a couple of hits there. Jimenez a couple of hits. 3 RBIs there from Oatmeal, though, in the top half of the 9th with that huge 3 RBI double.
God, what a game.
They got to be series MVP at this point.
MVP, yeah.
Right?
The battle of the number 9 hitters in this series. San Antonio is going to take the save there, coming up clutch in the bottom half of the 9th. Player of the game is actually Mike Kudowitz with a really good start, keeping Seattle to just 1 run. But yeah, there's not much more to say about that. That is the craziest ending to a World Series I have seen possibly ever.
Yeah, right? All right, so let's go ahead and do a file save here. Make sure we get that crucial save in for the Sloths. Congratulations to Juosu and the San Antonio Sloths. What an amazing season. You know, they had the powerhouse Seattle Sea Serpents just on their backs all season long. We thought the Seattle Sea Serpents were going to take it again. They were just so dominant, as you know, from last season. But you know, it's not about a season; it's about individual games. And for 4 of these 6 games, the Sloths were the better team. And you know, that's just sometimes how it goes. And you know, it wasn't like something we weren't expecting. You know, the Sloths were very high seed over in the Legends, so you know it was something that we expected to happen, but just being so close as they were to each other in the skills department, what an amazing series. Wow. All right, so let's go ahead and do a file save here. I think I already did that. Let's do it again just to be sure, and we're going to go ahead and get this uploaded, and so that way it is official and up on the index. Let's go ahead and check our settings here. Alright, so those 2 top ones are checked. First and third rows should be checked here. Those 2 are checked. Those 3 are checked. We'll go ahead and hit OK and get started here with the upload as soon as we hit OK there. And there we go. So, 6 games. That's all it took. I thought we were going to go for 7, but the Sloths were able to beat Seattle finally. Team 1 away. The first away win of the series. And let's start with Bauer. My heart, your heart, it's got to be crazy, right?
It's going a million miles an hour right now, man.
Wow.
I thought I got out of calling the final out. I've weaseled my way out of it every time I've streamed with you somehow. And I mean, how could you have predicted that?
Right.
All the money in the world. I would like 4 runs. And from the number 9 hitter, again,
Yes.
all series, the story was the number 9 hitter. It was Vicarian coming up clutch for Seattle. And then Oatmeal decided to say, all right, well, if Vicarian's going to do it, I'll do it too. I just, yeah, that's...
I mean,
there's no words.
There's no words, and I'm so glad it was you that was able to call the final play to finish out the series. I know you were kind of nervous about that, so got your first one in, and I'm sure it feels really good for you. It's been our third or fourth World Series now together, the three of us
like
here.
that.
So I want to thank you both so much, especially Bauer. I've been I've been on with Hummus for a long time now, but it's only been the past few seasons that Bauer's been able to be on as a co-host. So I really enjoyed having both of you on here. But we're gonna go ahead and move on now to Hummus. What an amazing series! What an amazing season! The Sloths, they were right up there as a front runner, and we finished it out with them winning 4 of the 6 games. What are your thoughts on this?
Man, there were 2 times I took off my headset during the series. That walk-off game, the Sloths won their first game of the series, the first home game they had, and that absolutely epic comeback. Because I'm kind of a weird guy. I love numbers, so I'm always looking at chat to see what Kuldra is posting in chat for the win probability percentage. And at one point, Serpents had a 95.6% chance to win. Over 95% chance to win in the 8th. Gave it up in the 9th. That is just, that's numbers showing you the heartbreak.
Right.
Like we watched it play out, but the numbers show the heartbreak is real. Great season from both teams. Obviously gave us a great series. One of the best 9th innings, top of the 9th I've ever seen in a World Series. We've seen walk-offs, but that comeback was absolutely epic. I'm okay with giving up my 10K channel points for that one. Wow.
All right, well, I'm asking to see if any of the Sloths GMs would like to come on and join us as we're finishing our upload here. And I have my computer on a variable speed fan, and for some reason this upload has just cranked my, I guess, having to be 110 degrees outside as well. But my fan,
might have something to do with it.
Yeah, my fan is sounding like a jet engine right now over there while I was trying to upload this. Oh my goodness.
Still no worse than a PS4.
Right. Well, that thing sounds like a flamethrower or something when you guys the whoosh of the exhaust. All right, so it looks like we might have Sarah on. Hopefully, Jwosu and Chris unable to hop on, but maybe Sarah will join us for a second. But again, everybody, thank you so much for being here with us for the Pro Baseball Experience. 33 seasons now we've gotten in the books. I joined in this league when it was season 11, so this is 22 seasons now in this league. And there they are. Sarah, congratulations, Sarah, winning the season 33 Major League World Series. How's it feel? Oh, you know what we did not check? We did not check the Major League MVP for the series.
It better be Oatmeal. I have my moment.
All right, well, we'll check.
I gotta say though, the same thing I said the last time this last one against the Serpents still apply, because I'm pretty sure my average raised by like 60 points during that thing. But oh well. I mean, I genuinely didn't expect this to happen. OTP does some very funny things sometimes.
Right?
How do I say this? So, as the Kingpin Shi, it has crushed my soul, as you can tell, and then, suddenly, basically, both times the Kingpin shop has crushed my soul, I've won a ring after in the off season. So, yeah, because same playoffs.
So, like a mixed bag for you, huh?
Yeah, so it's like a weird mixed bag. So it's like, okay, you've dealt with all this stuff. You are kind of sad you're drinking right now. I'm sorry everybody for breaking the alcohol laws of the stream, but they're just like. You're
not sorry at all.
No, I'm not.
You're Sarah.
No, I'm not. I already did a Myers World Series stream. What do you want from me? I've been literally I also done backup stream this season. What do you want from me? I've done what I can. I drink. At this point,
you deserve it.
Yeah, it is so funny sometimes the way OTP works. That's all I have to say. I don't know what else. I think that extra Oatmeal is a god. And then suddenly, I don't know, it is. I gotta say though, You never underestimate. I mean, I say this as somebody who had Anchovy, who started out with negative 1.3 WAR and had like 3 consecutive WAR seasons after. I think 4 even. Like always make sure that like even as like you know you're even if you sometimes think that you're the most random person on the roster, you have the lowest TP available, you can still be amazing, and that is the proof of that. And I have no idea what else to tell you, so keep going at it. Maybe someday you'll have your you know extra oatmeal moment.
Well,
yeah.
You know, speaking.
And then like, go ahead.
No, go ahead. Keep going.
Yeah, okay. If you don't stop me, I'll never stop talking at this point. Anyways, I mean, like, straight up, like, you also have our, like, pitching, like, you know, Shoto Roki is the absolute goat of everything. Gun Davies, also amazing, also a pitcher of the year. Never understand Gun Davies. I just want to give a quick shout out to DG one moment. DG, all you have to do was leave the Vandals. And you know what? I mean, punish them for not giving you anything. This is the time where you actually got something with your careers. So, yeah, congratulations to DG for finally getting the ring after all this time. Everybody. And then, yeah, I know who else to shout out. You know, like, we can go for the entire Sloths roster at this point. You know, shout out to James, who I have accidentally drafted to the team. And then we have, like, let's see, Joseph for being the GOAT of GMs. Literally, I have no idea how Joseph managed to pull it off, but, like, Joseph is still, like, the absolute best here. Chris Brick Square, I love that man. He is, like, the best. I'm so glad that he's down in the warm. Also, shout out to both Sox, who's absolutely amazing as a person.
Love Chris.
Yeah, and then, like, yeah, absolutely, and, like, both Sox, like, done a great job with the last ring, so, like, at least both of them have, like, you know, a ring here right now. And then we have all these contributors right here, like John Camden, like new, and then, like, you have all, like, you know, let's see it go down. This Tripod Knight has been carrying the clubhouse for many years now. And then, like, we also have, like, SLM, like, basically go to retirement. Street is Sunset, have a ring, congratulations. Sweet Dog has been, like, you know, managing catcher ring. That one season with bad leadoff for some reason has been working very well. Wolf, again, absolute go. Sneaky Stack, I love that man. I still owe that man right up for doing that charity thing. I am so bad at writing compliments to people. Brian Edstrom is also one of the best writers, like, here. And then, like, you know, it's so interesting seeing that him change the other direction. Also, like, here's a tip for all you people who want to write media. Brian Eshelman basically does voice to text all the time, so if you get Brian Eshelman to, like, basically just as a role, you can just, like, keep talking, and maybe eventually you'll be able to tell a story and you'll be able to earn a good amount of money for it. I am, like, very impressed with that, man. And then, like, let's see who else if I want to scroll down. The Pork Chop Sandwich is absolutely love that dude. Kingpin's legend. Let's see. I don't think there's, okay, I'm scrolling down right now because, like, God knows what I'm missing anyways. I mean, like, again, Camden. Also, shout out to M.A. Ryder, my favorite inactive reliever for this season. Also, Miss Thaddeus Branson. Thaddeus Branson is the absolute MVP of this Lost history that I've seen so far. Poe for deciding to support us for some reason. You know, I think AJ gives a shout out to the Sloth chat for once. And then, yeah, everything is at it. Do you really want me to stop talking? Because I feel like I actually haven't taken a breath here, like, ever since I kind of joined here. But, oh, well, because at this point, like, I can say literally anything I want. I'm just shocked that everything has happened in the way so far this week.
Well, that was quite a bit. There you go. Anchovy, Sarah coming in and giving shout-outs to most of the team there. I do want to point out here real quick that Ezra Oatmeal did not have the most hits, did not have the best batting average, but came in where it really counted in the RBIs, getting those 7 RBIs. You know, the next one up was 5 with Bobby McDonald Jr. So, you know, really came in where it mattered, especially their clutch late in a couple of those games. But again, season 33 is now in the books. We do have the drafts coming up next week. We do have the Tahini Classic coming up as well. One of my favorite things to watch every season. And again, I've been your host, Legally Blind Gamer, joined with Bauer and Hummuscad. And let's start with Bauer. Any last words, Bauer, before we head off for the night? Vince. All right, and Hummuscad, another season in the books. Any last words for season 33?
Tahini Classic bracket should be coming tonight, so be on the lookout for that. As Van said, we finally can get through this crud so we can get to the only important tournament in the league. No, I'm kidding. But it should be fun. Next Tuesday, not this Tuesday, the following Tuesday. And, yeah, looking forward to it. But congrats to the Sloths. And I'm tipping my cap to the Sea Serpents, even though I'm not wearing a hat right now, because they had a great season and they've been dynastic in terms of just absolute high quality baseball coming out of Seattle. So what a great season.
Yeah, I just want to say, yeah, I love the Gunpla. Also, was starting to really love the Blue. Yeah, I don't think I'm missing any other draftees so far. And if you somehow get drafted to Sloths, know that I love you too.
All right. Well, we've uploaded the file to the index. I'm just hitting F5 here to make sure that we get that updated correctly. And do we want to do any raids or anything like that, Hummus, before we sign out?
I don't know how I ended up following this person. Who is Firehawk2764? I ended up following them. I don't know who they are. Spore is streaming, so is Out of the Park. We probably should it's the Perfect Team Championship Series. Fine. I guess yeah, we'll raid Out of the Park. Shout out to you all for being with us all night. Y'all have made chat really fun to watch. Especially Cooltra is going to get a special shout out. Going to talk to Jimbo to see if we can get you some mod pay for the nights that you provide the win probability percentage. That's really cool. I appreciate. I don't know how other folks look at it, but I love it. So maybe we'll see what we can do there.
All right, before I go, Bauer absolutely jinxed it for his Sloths.
Aw.
Oh no, I'm so sorry. I feel so bad.
All right. Well, thanks again, everybody. We're going to go ahead and raid Out of the Park now for their tournament, and hope everybody has a great weekend. Congratulations again to the Firehawks and the Sloths. You're winners for Season 33 World Series.
Congrats, San Antonio, and we'll see you all in the Out of the Park stream. Hopefully they give us a shout out. We shall see. Have a good night, y'all.
And I'll turn on the sound to catch their reaction.
Give us a shout out. We shall see. They got a new person doing Perfect Team.
Center and gone. Pete Rose, 2-run shot, and the Flip Dogs are up 5-3. Here in Game 7 of the traditional.
Let's go. We got the shout out. Ah!
Welcome in those of you rating from PBE Sim, and also thank you to those who rated earlier from Tsweegee's stream. Thank you so much for tuning in.
Oh my god.
All right, let me go ahead and clear this out. Hold on just a second. Thanks again, everybody. You all have a great weekend.
You too, brother. Thanks for streaming.